Hey guys, it's Miss Shof. I just wanted to make this video on how to set up your notebook. Okay, so we took a few more pages of notes in class, and I just want to make sure that those of you guys are at home, or even if you're in-person student and still want to kind of go over what we went in class again, this will be a great way to set up your notebook and get some extra practice. So all of you guys should have this in your notes. There is a video about this page of notes from earlier this week. So you can watch that one to see exactly how to set it up. But this is the overall end product that you need. Okay, but today we're going to continue with the chemical reactions, and we're moving into chemical equations. So really quickly, everybody look at my screen that I am sharing with you. We see a couple chemical equations up here. They look a little intimidating, I know, but all we're going to do is identify them with one of these 4 different types of chemical reactions. So have your notes out to look at them as a reference. If you would like, you can write all of this down in your notebook just for practice and another example to look at. So let's look at this first one. So we have here our first chemical equation. We have Fe, which is iron, and we're adding CuCl2. Then after a chemical change, so right here this arrow indicates a chemical change. And after that, we now have C2Cu plus FeCl2. Now, first thing I'm going to do to try to identify what type of chemical reaction this is I'm going to look at this. Fe, iron, is by itself on this side of the reaction. But now if I look over here, it's paired up with Cl2. Because of that, I know that this is a single displacement. And I'm just going to put SD. You guys can write in single displacement. Because we have iron by itself, and now it's got a new partner. So what's left by itself is this 2Cu. Okay, so we singled out the 2Cu. All right, moving on to our next one. We have CaCO3, reaction sign or yielding sign. And now we have CaO plus CO2. Looking at this one, I see that we're starting out with a complex compound. Then after the reaction, we break that up into 2 different parts. Because of that, I know this is decomposition. Decomposition. It's decomposition because, like I said before, we're starting out with a complex compound. Then through the reaction, we actually break that up. You can think of decomposition as like degrading or decomposing something. You're breaking it down. So we're breaking it down into 1, 2 parts now. While when we look at single, we still have 2 parts, but we're switching places. On to our third one. Now this one looks scary. We have lots of elements, lots of numbers, okay? But we're going to break it down. These, I want you to look at, find one element, separate them out. So we have Ba here, and it's paired up with the Cl2. Now, after the reaction, let's see what it pairs up with. Ba, here it's paired up with Cl2. After the reaction, it's paired up with SO4. Okay, so we have different partners here. I'll switch colors so you guys can kind of see it better. Okay, let's look at the Cl2. Over here, after the reaction, it's paired up with someone different too. Switch colors again. Let's look at Na2. It's paired up with SO4 before the reaction, but then afterwards it's paired up with that Cl2. And then lastly, we have our SO4 is paired up with Ba after the reaction. So we can follow the colors a little easier than, numbers or letters. And we see that this equation is showing a double displacement or replacement. So I'll put DD for double displacement. Basically, all this is showing is that every element has a new partner. They all switch. We had two groups double switch. Our very last one is Na plus Cl2 produces NaCl. Okay, so this one, we're going to think, okay, we start out with two things. 1, 2, and we're ending after the reaction with one thing. So we're basically combining them. So this will be synthesis, and I'll put an SYN for synthesis. Okay, so like I said before, we're starting out with two things, and then we end up with one, combining them together.